Hey, bye, welcome back to another.
So, as you guys know, I'm a pretty big fanboy. So, how was that? How was that, Byron? Okay, that's probably an understatement. But other than posting on my Twitter, like fanboying over day 6 and stuff like that, I talked about these stories when Shoot Me came out, but I thought the stories were interesting enough to put inside of a video. Honestly, it still baffles me to this day how these stories even happened. Like, obviously I chose a life of entertainment and I got to meet all of like these wonderful people, but as a big avid K-pop fan, especially when fanboying just takes over your mind, it can get really crazy. And the weirdest part is you don't actually think that it's going to affect you that much, and then when your idol is like right there in front of you, I understand how it is to just totally lose your mind. So the first story I want to tell you guys about is the Korean Music Festival, KMF, and I went there with Jing Jing Bang as well as Marshall Club. We're really good friends, we have some collaborations, and we're all pretty much K-pop trash. So we went to this festival to see Red Velvet and also EXID. There was a lot of performances that night, so they were only able to do 3 songs each. And I remember telling my friend, I was trying to predict the lineup for what Red Velvet was going to do, and I'm like, dude, they're gonna open up with Red Flavor, okay, because that's a hype song. I hope they do Russian Roulette. No, but they have to do their recent song. They have to do Bad Boy. Every time I come around, not a bad boy, Dan. And maybe they're gonna do Peekaboo. I don't know, but I think that's what they're gonna do. Open up with Red Flavor, go with the Peekaboo, and then go for the Bad Boy. I think that's what they're gonna do, right? Before the intermission, Red Velvet came on stage. We were just going absolutely nuts.
Oh my god!
It felt surreal. You're like, you see them like in person, and I remember the same feeling when I saw CL for the first time. You're like, are they even real? Seeing them like on the music video as opposed to in real life, it's a totally different experience, and we couldn't help but scream our heads off. So when they were coming on stage, I was like showing my friends, I'm like, they're gonna do Red Flavor, they're gonna do Red Flavor, they're gonna do Red Flavor. And then they came on stage and then I was like, I'm pretty sure from that footage, like, you saw like how crazy like I was getting. Like, I didn't even want to say Red Velvet. I wanted to say it the way that Koreans say it. Red Velvet! Red Velvet! And then after they were done, it was really funny because they do this thing. They're like, can anyone guess the next song? And I was like, you're gonna Peekaboo! You're gonna Peekaboo! And then they're like, it came out last year. And I was like, Peekaboo! It's Peekaboo! It's Peekaboo! And then they said, it's called Peekaboo! And I'm Peekaboo! What? It was so funny, and like everybody around me was just like dying. We were like fanboying like crazy, and it was a Hollywood Bowl, right? So then a lot of people were around us, and we were towards the front. We didn't see any like fanboys or like fangirls like around us. We just were next to a bunch of Korean like ajumas and like ajashis, and they were just staring at us like we were the craziest people like in the world. But we didn't care. We don't give a f.
Let's get it.
That's Red Velvet. That's Red Velvet. We died. It was so funny. After they did Peekaboo, they obviously did their last song, and then it had to be Bad Boy. Like, what else would it be? Like, this is our new song coming out, and I was like, Bad Boy, Bad Boy, they're gonna do Bad Boy, they're gonna do Bad Boy. It's called Bad Boy. I'm like, Bad Boy. We were all just like hyping each other up. You know when you're like by yourself, you know, you still get pretty hyped by yourself, but like when you're around other people who are also K-pop trash, like you just enable each other. That's exactly what was happening. So we were all screaming from the top of our lungs. It felt as if like if I didn't lose my voice, then I would feel like I would be disrespecting the idols. You know what I mean? Like it was like that crazy. I was like, oh my god, I need to cheer them on. I was like, Bad Boy! It was so funny. I even brought my kazoo. I was just like singing along with it. Things I do for the joke, man, it's so crazy. And then when EXID came out, we were dying. I think they opened up with their new song, and then they did do 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 do, and then they did Up and Down, We Are. And like we were so ridiculous. Like all of us in our group, like it was just a bunch of Vietnamese people and like the one token Filipino guy, and we were just screaming like, We Are, like towards the stage, and everybody was just looking at us like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, who the fuck are these guys? These guys ain't even in Korean, but we didn't care. It was a lot of fun. If you ever get the opportunity to see a K-pop concert like in person, please, it's really life-changing. Like, just to go with people who really love it. That's why I'm looking forward to KCON, because this is gonna be like my first KCON, and oh my god, I can't even imagine like the kind of fanboy that would come out if I were to see Twice and Momoland in person. I would just lose my mind. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna see Pentagon. Every time I think about it, I just get shivers like down my spine, or like throughout my whole body. Or, like, I get anxiety because I don't even know if like I could handle seeing that live, you know? Okay, but the worst part was when I was like fanboying like crazy. Like, I was putting it on my Instagram story, and what happened was Amber messaged me on Instagram because she saw me fanboying like crazy, and she's like, "You're so extra." And just like her responding to me, I was already just like, oh my god, no, I found out, like, I'm exposed, like I exposed myself, like I never revealed this side to her. Oh my god, I'm tripping, this is crazy. Let me tell you how I met Amber. It's kind of a funny story. So my friend Kyle, he also works for JK. He's worked on projects with Amber like a lot, and he's not that much of a K-pop fan, and so like when he would just casually just like throw her name out there, like my heart would like drop. I'm like, oh my god, Amber! And he knew that I was like really like fanboying like over it like crazy. I'm just like, I'm so jealous of you, oh my god, like, do you know who that is? Like, dude, like, you can't just like throw her name out there like it's nothing, okay? You can't just do that. He knew I would get that crazy like if I ever like met her like in person. So this motherfucker, you know what he does? He was at Barbell one day, and he's like, hey Byron, you should come through to Barbell. I brought a friend. And then I'm just like, okay. I was just hyperventilating at that point. I was going there like with my roommate. Nobody was understanding like the kind of like turmoil like I was going through, because I just knew. I knew in the back of my mind that he was gonna bring Amber to Barbell, and I was gonna die. And I walk into Barbell and I see Kyle, and I refuse to look who is next to him, and it was Amber, and I was like, oh my god. And I think I'm crying, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't believe like what was happening like at that moment. Like, I was just like, holy, let's get it, holy, let's get it, holy, let's get it. And you know me, like, I'm a really energetic person, but for some reason, like, I just wanted to like keep it cool, you know what I mean? I tried so hard to keep it cool, and then, you know, she reached out like to say what's up, and she's like, oh hey, I'm Amber. And then in my mind, I was like, I know who you are. But then I was like outside, I was like, oh hi, nice to meet you. And I was like, I'm never washing my hand ever again. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. And then they went to go and do their own workout like over on the side, like after getting acquainted. And my friend Kyle was looking at me, and he was like smiling. And I was just looking at him like, you mother. Let's get it. No, and I was talking to my roommate at the time. I took him over to the side. I'm like, help me. I can't breathe. He's like, dude, calm down. I'm like, no, you understand who that is? I can't be normal, okay? I was just working out, and then like, I guess towards like the end of our workout, like reconvene, and we just like start chatting. I'm trying so hard to like be normal. And Amber, like, you know, she's a very nice person. She like looks at me and she's like, oh dude, you're so ripped, bro. And I'm just like, like inside, but outside I'm like, oh thank you. And I was like, don't, you can't say it. No, you can't. Don't say that. Don't say it. I can't take it. No. I was shivering, okay? I was shivering. I was just like, did Amber just compliment me? I don't even know. You can't say that. Don't ever say it. Oh god. I was dying on the inside. And then Amber had to go. And then as soon as she left, my roommate and Kyle, like, you know, they interrogated me. They're like, dude, Byron, why are you so weird around Amber? And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, not like that. It's like, we know you're always weird, or you're always saying weird stuff, but around Amber, you're like, you were just normal. And I was like, do you know who that is? Do you know who that is? I had to keep it cool, man. Like, oh my god, like, I didn't even want to like take a picture or anything, because I didn't want to seem like a super fan or anything. And I was just like, let's get it. Like, you guys gotta chill. Like, and they couldn't relate because, like, you know, they're not that much of K-pop fans, so I just didn't have anybody to relate to, and I couldn't tell anybody about it. And they're like, dude, Byron, just be yourself. I'm like, I can't. Oh shit. Here are some other stories that I had like with Amber. So Kyle hit me up I think a couple weeks after, and then Amber was shooting something in LA for like her new music video. I got to help out. So they needed like PAs, you know, personal assistants, just for people to like bring water, and I'm just like, of course I'll help. Of course I'll help. I'll bring water, I'll just move things. I don't care. Like, you don't have to pay me. Of course I'll do it. I did things like cover like the exit signs, you know, like just little things like that. And every interaction like I had with her, like I just died. Like it would be something mundane. Like she was watching like Stranger Things at the time, and then we were passing by each other. She's like, oh man, it's so scary. And I was like, oh, watch out, the Demogorgon's gonna get you. And then she's like, shut up. And I was like, oh, she told me to shut up. Oh my god, does that mean we're closer? I don't know, I was freaking out on the inside, but on the, you know, on the outside, I was just keeping it cool. And I was just like, oh my god, are we friends? Like, is this a thing? Like, am I friends with Amber now? Like, oh, dude, if she watches this right now, I'm so fucked. One of the other stories that I have, so we went to run the Spartan race for one of the JK retreats, and I didn't know that she was coming. We were part of the group. It was like me, like my roommate, I think Kyle's brother, and then Casey. We were all like, you know, in front of the pack. We were trying to like do it for time, so we wanted to run like really fast. And so we were getting through obstacles, and then we decided to like wait at one of the water stops during the Spartan race. And then in the distance, like I hear like a very familiar voice. It's like, Byron! And I'm just like, I know exactly who that is. I know exactly who that is. And then she was like running, and then it was like Amber, and like she showed up. I think like in that moment, like everything just turned like slow-mo for me. Like I just saw Amber like running up towards us, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm dreaming, please pinch me. And she's like, oh, I caught up with you guys. Like I just wanted to like, you know, keep up and run with you guys till the end. And I was like, yeah, cool, yeah, join us, it'll be fun. And I was just like sweating really hard. I was like, oh. You know, she was keeping up with us. I think we decided to walk a lot. And what that does is that if you let your body cool down during the Spartan race, you have like a higher chance of like cramping. So there was this part where it was like a lot of downhills. I felt my leg cramping just like a little bit, but it wasn't too much where it didn't bother me. And then all of a sudden, I think I misstep. You know that thing where like your calf, like this thing right here, like it turns into a ball? Yeah, that happened, and I pretty much couldn't move, and I stumbled, and like, you know, I had to crawl over onto the side because like, you know, I was trying to massage it, and so oh god, I can't even bring my thoughts, because like I'm just trying to like remember what happened, and just the thought of it gives me like all of like this anxiety. Okay, so wait, let me try to tell this.
You can do it, friends.
So what happened was I was on the floor, and then Amber went to take care of it. Like she started massaging my leg, you know, to get rid of the cramp, and she's like, breathe in. And I was like, she's like, okay, breathe out. And she was like massaging it better, and then I was trying to like like not like freak out. Like I know she was trying to help me, but then in that moment, like I was like on the floor, and like, you know, she was massaging me. I'm just like, did I win a sweepstakes or something? Like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening right now? What the?
Let's get it.
I was there for 5 minutes, but then surprisingly, like she massaged it better. And after that, like Amber like healed me, dude. Like I could run again. I finished the whole race, like, no problem. But I'm just like, holy shit, like what the fuck, dude? Like, do you understand like what happened? Like, I can't even talk about this anymore. What the?
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Amber, if you're watching, yeah, that was my perspective. I exposed myself. There you go. I hope you're happy. I promise I won't freak out around you. Hopefully. And what's crazy is like, these are like my legit like reactions, you know? Like, I know I'm very extra as a person. Like, I can never ever hide like how I'm feeling. Like, if I'm feeling something, like it's just gonna all like spill out. Like, I'm an open book. Like, you'll tell. I don't know how my life has been so blessed for like, you know, the past couple of years where I've been in entertainment. It's so crazy to think about. Like, you listen to these K-pop stars in high school, you know? Like, and I remember practicing like electric shock a lot as a kid, you know, to meet these people like in person, like after all this time. It's like you pretty much revert back to your high school self and meeting the people that you've always wanted to meet. It's so crazy. But yeah, thank you everyone for living through me. You know, I'll always tell you guys about these stories when appropriate. And the next video that's gonna come out, it's probably gonna be how Jay and I met. So stay tuned. Deuces. Deuce. Ah!
난 지금 길 잃은 채